Welcome to The Connection. I'm your host, Jay Miralles, and this is episode number 2. The mission of The Connection is to connect the dots, connect my guests to the community, to their businesses, to themselves, and to the world. And today I have 2 powerful connections in the room. I have Aubrey Hess, who her face is switching already. Her face is switching.
I'm just feeling super powerful.
Yes,
that's all
awesome.
it is.
And I have somebody with a soft S and a hard G, Leslie
S, hard
Dollinger.
G. Mm-hmm.
So before we jump into who you are, I just need to know an interesting fact about you that nobody knows. You first.
Okay, so
Leslie.
I immediately thought of exactly what I was going to say because nobody really knows this about me. I've kept this very quiet, very on the down low.
Yes, I love it.
I used to make zombie wedding cake toppers for about 5 years. I know. For a living? For not for like a living, but I made about $5,000. Oh, so yeah, I'd sell
that
them
was
for
when
like,
the whole zombie thing was out.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Before companies got smart and started mass production. Yeah, I would sell them on Etsy for $50 to $75 a piece, and I'd sit there and watch Netflix while I painted these little zombie cake toppers.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, and after you get married, you know you're just a zombie.
That's
right?
exactly right.
That's what happens. It's the death sentence.
I was even featured on a few blogs, top 10 type things. I know.
Get out.
It's so strange. Yeah.
Seriously.
I don't.
That is strange.
I don't share that with people very much.
Don't do that
Yeah,
anymore.
I shouldn't.
That's hilarious. Well, good. That gives us insight to who you are. All right. Your turn, Aubrey.
I don't know that it's really something that people don't know, but a good icebreaker for me has always been to show my gymnastic moves. I'm very...
I thought you almost said something else.
Well, we'll get there.
Show my gymnastics.
So
Just the start, okay?
my signature move is a half twist double flip.
Yes.
And I need plenty of room, and I typically do a couple of lunges, just to get limber, start off. And what I do is, I have my back to the crowd, and I say, is everyone ready? And when they are, I spin around half a twist and then flip up both of my fingerbirds in the air.
Oh my gosh.
And magic. It's just,
Let's do that at happy hour or something, right?
It's really a crowd pleaser. I've seen it before.
Oh my gosh.
it is, yeah. So it's not like a, super secret, but I'd only bring it out in special occasions. So.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So that makes you connect to your audience a little bit more. You're real people. So let's talk about the people that you are. You're 2 busy professional moms, and you're single, right?
Mm-hmm,
and you are in the real estate industry. Mm-hmm. And Leslie, if you'll just cover your background on what your current title is and what you do for a living.
Sure. It's kind of difficult, like we were trying to identify prior to hopping on air, is that I don't really have a specific title other than Chief Operations, but that really doesn't mean anything other than if it's on fire and no one else can fix it,
right.
I can fix it.
Yes.
I have to fix it. But no, with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate, we started the fall of 2015, and it's just been a roller coaster of awesomeness since. So we put a lot of hard work into it and have made some strides within the industry in Omaha, and I like to think that we're going to continue to do that with a great group of people like Aubrey as well, and
Absolutely.
like Jay.
Oh, yes. And no, I will say the culture there is pretty amazing, and you've grown in your role since you've been there.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it went from... We grew 800% in 3 years. So it was basically me and Tom and one other person, and we just sat in our shitty little offices. And
I love it.
Yes. There were little old ladies next door. They'd make me bracelets. There were different
gosh.
smells that would have, we had leaks in multiple offices that we had. So we really did start from humble beginnings, but now we're in a much better place.
It's an amazing operation.
It's been fun, and there's been roadblocks and stumbling and a lot of never done it before, but we're going to figure it out and we're going to make it awesome. So that is also a tribute to the people that are around us. We can't do that without great people, and that's been really the crux of our business is if you get the right people, not only agents, also staff, and the people that are supporting and the vendor relationships, then the rest of it will happen itself.
I would endorse that 100%. I will tell you, absolutely. Thank you for bringing us up to speed. Now, Aubrey, I've known you for 15?
Yeah, I think
15
so.
years? My gosh, when you were selling condos, right? Not condos, but townhomes.
Yes.
Yes, I
Big
remember.
difference.
You
Not at all.
were hustling. You were making $1 out of 15 cents. Seriously.
Thanks.
You're one of the hardest working people that I know, and Leslie as well. But Aubrey, bring us up to speed on your professional background.
Well, I've been at this for 13 years, and prior to this, I was a food and bev girl, managed restaurants and bars and whatnot.
Service industry, my God.
It's soul crushing in the best way possible. I think every front of the house girl has dated a back of the house guy, and
what does that mean? Walk me through that tomorrow.
A couple of definitions on that.
Yes, I'm kidding.
I worked for CBS Home for 11 years and did a deal with Tom, our broker. Went so well, and he's like, "Hey, let's keep in touch. I think I've got something in the works." And in real estate, you hear stuff like that all the time. Like, yeah, that's great,
absolutely.
But we stayed in touch, and he was just really persistent, saying, "Hey, I think we'd be a good fit for you over here at Better Homes." And finally gave in, and super ticked that I didn't do it a long time ago. There's just incredible people. Leslie I'm a total fangirl for her. She's going to get weird because she doesn't like compliments.
No, I say all the time that I want to be you when I grow up. So
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I'm just getting older. That's it. No, seriously.
Half twist, double flip?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now that we know who you are and what you do, I want to get into the how, right? So let's talk about being a female entrepreneur just for a second. Somebody who is at risk for just a bigger reward. You don't have jobs, okay? There's no job. And yes, I get that you're in operations, but you sell homes as well, correct? Am I right?
I do. I have recently taken a step back with kids at home and just kind of my personal situation. I have absolutely taken a big step back in selling and have been focusing more on the brokerage and the operations for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And supporting everybody around you.
Absolutely. And I think you touched on it with the how is there's really two types of people that I've come to find, and one is the entrepreneurial type and the other is a worker bee type.
Yes.
Neither one is bad. They both have their pros and cons, and they both need a place in the world as well. But it's a mindset. So I could not sit still at a 9-to-5 job. That is just not who I am. That's not what I'd want to be. I mean,
no one would hire us. Good
point. That's actually how I got this job, because no one else would hire me.
That's awesome. You're unemployable by the average.
That's when I took the zombie. Took that off my resume. Then I got hired immediately, it is kind of a funny story. I did meet Tom on Craigslist. So that is
most people get arrested for that, but you didn't. You got hired.
Nope, I found the job on Craigslist. So yes, I love telling people that story and making it as uncomfortable as possible.
Oh my gosh. When Tom told me the story, I was like, okay, where's this going? But I get it. And it's just an incredible journey to see you grow. Now, both of you in your roles, Aubrey, what is the challenge right now? What is like, damn, this is just not working, or I need to get over this. What is it for you?
It's that total cliche of work-life balance. When you're a realtor, you are on all the time, every holiday, every weekend.
In Hy-Vee, in the grocery store.
There's no time off.
No.
You better have your date makeup on when you just run to the store to pick up milk.
I know.
You will run into every single person you have ever known at any time.
You want to do some great networking? Put on your worst outfit, go to Walmart, and you'll see everybody that you know. That's some great networking.
Exactly. That's what I tell all the new agents to do.
That's awesome. So seriously.
Yeah, it's just hard, because I'm with my kiddos and someone calls at 4:00 and I'm like, this house just came on the market. I want to go see it right now.
Yes.
So you either hike the kids into the car and go, or you risk losing out on that house for someone. Yeah. And that's always a battle. It's gotten better. I now work typically by referral at the beginning. Yes. I was like so hungry, and if your budget was $80,000 and you had $2 for a down payment, you're my people.
Yes, I get it.
Yeah, it was just like that for years, and finally I'm at a point where it's repeat clients, and then they refer people to me, birds of a feather. So I have a lot of good peeps that just they get it, they understand I'm a mom. I shut my phone off after 7, and they know that, and they totally respect it.
So you have boundaries that I just heard. You shut your phone off after 7. That's hard to do. But I do want to go back to balance, the word balance. Do you say that out of guilt, Aubrey?
Oh,
do you say that out of guilt?
Chronic. I mean, you're always screwing up somewhere, right?
Yes.
I'm either screwing up at work by not being there for my clients 24/7, or
your kids.
Always.
Yes.
Always. Did make a couple of badass Valentine's boxes
Yes.
this morning, though, for my kids. So I'm expecting some prizes from Mr.
That's
Mueller's
awesome.
4th grade, Miss Van Fleet's 1st.
Was either of the boxes a Fortnite box or anything
No.
like that? No. Oh my God, Fortnite boxes! I'm so tired of seeing them on Facebook. But I want to ask you. So there's someone listening right now, another female entrepreneur, somebody who maybe it's a side hustle for her. She just wants to get bigger and better. And I'm going to ask both of you, what are you going to say to her about her guilt? About like, man, I want to be a good wife and I want to be a good mom and my house is messy. What are you going to tell her?
Okay.
Tell her. Talk to her.
Can I go first?
Yeah,
Listening.
absolutely.
Yeah, do it.
So I feel-
Do it, microphone hog.
We have thoughts, that's for sure.
I love it.
So I think our big problem is we're always the people that are afraid to raise our hand when we know the answer to the question.
Yeah.
Just freaking do it.
Yes.
Real estate is one of the few industries where we don't have that glass ceiling. If we work
Right.
harder, we make just as much, if not more, than the guy next to us.
Yes.
You still get a couple of knocks being female in this business. Safety is always a concern.
Yeah.
I think my biggest piece of advice is stop waiting for all the parts to be good. Stop waiting for your house to be clean.
Yes.
Your kids are all set.
Yep.
I've got everything that I need to learn. I've learned it. Now I can succeed.
Yes.
Meanwhile, some head of lettuce is
Love
like,
it.
I'm going to list this house for way too much money and get my people way less than they deserve.
Right.
Just go do it. If you have the drive, just do it. You're going to screw up
Yes.
majorly, but most
Learn
of the
from
time,
your mistakes.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Leslie, how about you? What's the
I
grind?
screw up all the time.
Okay.
All the time. And I constantly tell people this. I should maybe stop telling people this. But it's true because I think that the balance can never be there. You're either focusing on one side or the other, and then you're feeling like you're failing one side or the other. So I always say I'm a solid A when it comes to work, but I'm a solid C when it comes to being a parent. And I've realized that. And I've tried to really let go of the guilt that comes with a lot of that and outsource a lot of things too.
Yes.
If I can get a cleaner, I got a cleaner.
Leverage
I don't
your
do
time.
laundry anymore.
There's
Yep.
no reason.
Absolutely. I'm not a homemaker by nature. It does not do anything for me. I do not like to do it. There
I
is
don't know. You made
literally
that bean
nothing.
dip that one time. It was
Oh,
delicious.
yeah, I do make
You
it look
like
like anything
bean dip.
with cheese. I can make a really good
Like your cheese stick
anything.
on the car on the way
Yes,
there.
exactly.
That's what she ate for
Cheese.
lunch.
I had a half a loaf of bread with a pat of butter in my lap for lunch on the way here. Killing
Our
it.
dairy does not last in our house. My daughter literally the other day, well, this is after she was eating sour cream by the fistful. This is my 2-year-old. She comes into the living room with a carton of cottage cheese that I had thrown away the day before.
Yeah.
That was just all over her face. So she
my
had
gosh.
literally dug through the trash to
Oh
get
my
the cottage
gosh.
cheese from the day before.
Oh my God.
I'm not
and it
even
was
gonna judge.
warm.
Yeah, it was.
exactly.
Oh, I mean,
Child
you could just
Protective Services.
oh, exactly.
No, I'm
I-
kidding.
There are many times where I'm like, man, if only everybody knew the whole picture, this would really be
Dude,
bad.
I ate garbage cake not too long ago. For reals. I was
Stop
like,
it.
I had a cake sitting out, and I just kept eating every time I walked by. I'm like, okay, I gotta get done with this. So I just threw it in the garbage,
Yes.
and I was like, like an hour.
It's
like,
at
well,
the
It's on the
top.
top.
No, it wasn't
So,
touching.
like-
There's no coffee grounds on it.
No, so just a couple bites hanging out in the pantry, seeing out the garbage.
Was your sobriety at 100% at that point or no?
I mean, I can't even blame it on booze. I was completely sober.
I know, is that a better or a worse?
Oh my
I'm
God.
not
I was,
sure.
I was trying to give you an out. So let's talk further about that. So I get it. I think that most people who are high performers and high achievers self-deprecate a lot because they're comfortable. They need a pressure valve. Why do you think you feel you need to do that when you two are both really good at what you do from my standpoint? Why do you do that?
We talk about that with each other a lot.
We do. And I think that it's as moms, as females, as trying to rule the world. I'm woman, hear me roar,
Yes.
right?
Who rules the world?
That's me.
Boom,
That's right.
boom, boom.
And then on the other side, you're supposed to be humble and not brag and
Yes.
not raise your hand. And you're supposed to not be a know-it-all, and you're supposed to just adhere to these social metrics that we don't even really, that are breaking right now anyways. So we're kind of stuck between this old world mentality where you have your 4-year degree, you have your MBA,
yes.
business operates this
get
way
it.
and only this way.
Right.
And now to the up-and-comers, you don't need a degree. You don't need to operate a certain way. You need to be true to yourself and who your brand is. So we're at kind of this crux of life where we still guilt each other about every single thing. And we say we're not going to judge anyone. And I don't feel that I do judge people in that regard, but I judge myself and I hold myself to a really high standard. So when I don't meet that, it does sink you lower. But it's also that drive that takes you higher.
Yes.
I think without that, we wouldn't be doing the things that we are today and thinking about the next thing.
I think here's for everyone. We all get our input from our environment, from the people we hang around, from classes, online, the people that we run into. It's called input, right? So where do you get your input today? Honestly, because there's a lot of garbage out there.
Oh, she's sitting right there. I
Yes.
mean,
Garbage?
Yes.
I would agree.
Yep.
Garbage cake.
I didn't
Garbage
say
cake.
it,
I love
but no. It's funny because, and now I'm a microphone hog because somebody
Yes,
just told
yes,
me. I mean,
seriously.
three's a crowd, right? Like,
God, who scheduled this?
jeez.
She's
So-
making gestures on the microphone, but
No
go
one
ahead.
can see these things.
No one
All
can.
right.
That's
Okay,
the beauty
good.
of podcasting.
Some light cupping.
Right.
Stop it.
Nice. It's all well intentioned.
Yes.
So Aubrey and I actually bonded over our nervous twitches that she may or may not be so excited of me talking about, but that was when we really got to know each other. And you talk about connections, and we all operate on like this surface level until we really figure out, all right, who is this type of person?
Right.
Can I say this thing? Can I
Yes.
not say this thing?
Sure.
Are they thinking the same thing? Do I just need to stay buttoned up about
Yes.
everything?
Right.
So that, for me in particular, was Aubrey and I realizing that we blink so hard we can't get the blink out. We as I'm doing it now, I have to
stretch out your nose.
You got
oh my
it.
gosh.
No,
Yep.
You have to kind of yawn, but not really yawn.
Yeah, just
so you
feel
Like,
it
get
back in the
ear
jaw.
pop.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So
And
people
they're
don't know they're
sniffing.
boring.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
You got to get the sniffs
Yeah,
out.
get a good sniff, like
Yep,
to where
right.
the side of your nostril hits the inside.
Yeah, you do.
Get
You
it.
got to feel it.
So it's accountability between you two.
Yeah,
is what I should-
actually,
Let me save them
it's
from
both
themselves.
keeping it in check and also encouraging it in the best way possible.
You know, though, but when I found out how just freaking weird
I just did
you
a
are.
neck one that I forgot to mention.
Neck twitch.
A neck clench.
Oh my gosh. I haven't noticed it yet.
My twitches have evolved over the years as people have started to notice.
I
So.
almost feel like, I'm sure it was over beers, but it was like when we talked about that, it was just like I wanted to reach out and touch you and then high five everything that was happening around you. Like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Found my people.
weirdo.
You guys could literally have your own show. You know that, right?
We
I keep
joke
trying.
about it, but
No, there's no joke. Seriously. So this will evolve. I want to go a level deeper. I want to talk about your private life now. Okay.
Yo.
I want to
Right.
connect
Let's start,
people
get
to
the
the
sniffs
private
out
life.
before we talk about
Yes.
this. All right, blink it out.
So single, powerful, female entrepreneurs, busy moms. Okay. Where do you find your release, or are you dating, or how is dating going? Let's start with you, Aubrey.
Who wants to start with
Yes,
that one?
yes.
where's the mic hog when I
I
need her?
know,
Yes.
right? I feel like I can smell something in this microphone that's definitely going to come out.
Oh my gosh.
It's so gross. Like, I don't know. It's exciting at first because you're like, oh, new. This is fun.
Yep.
Attention, all that stuff. But yuck, it beats the shit out of you in the
Yes.
worst way.
Yes. Dudes are crazy.
Yeah, they always say women are crazy. I think it's if we are, it's because you make us crazy.
Okay. I'm not. That's another
reals.
debate. But
And then, guys do some weird stuff. You're like,
my
I'm not
gosh.
ready to book a church, so
Don't
let's just
Snapchat.
chill out.
How do you
No.
mean-
And do not give a Snapchat handle to anyone. It is code for inappropriate
Yes.
pictures.
And
And it took me
seriously.
a really long time to
Please.
figure that out.
Women never, under any circumstances, want to see a picture of your thing.
right.
Ever.
Never.
No one ever said like,
Never.
"Oh wow."
Look at this.
No, it's not attractive. I'm sorry.
I get
Cavemen
it.
were drawing it before anyone was even looking at it.
So where do you want to meet guys, Leslie? I mean, not that
so
you're out
hard.
there like I want to meet guys, but if you were going to meet a guy or be introduced, how would you want to be introduced?
Well,
by
now-
referral.
That's exactly. Funny you say that. That is exactly the approach I'm taking. So I've done the apps and the kind of
Swiping?
the
Swiping?
swipe
Oh,
left, swipe right. There's
stop
a
that.
lot of what is it left about?
I
I've
don't
already
even
been
know.
off of it.
I don't even know.
But I feel like I'm at a really hard age. So I'm 33 and
You're
people
so
are getting
young.
married. But people are like just getting married now, right? Or they're
Yes.
just having kids now.
Yes.
I haven't hit the divorce age yet. So
Yeah.
I'm either looking at people that are a lot older than I am
Yes.
or a lot younger than I am that
Okay.
doesn't have kids or that still has that like twinkle in their eye that they're going to storybook find their Prince Charming. They're going to find their princess and have a wonderful life. It's your responsibility to
crush that in them.
I feel like I could do that very easily. If you have any single friends that need a reality check, I am happy to sit down and talk.
Her number is 402.
But it is by referral because you can't do it on apps. People don't really meet people in real life. All those,
Craigslist
absolutely.
is dangerous.
Yeah,
I found that out.
I don't know if people go on Craigslist to find dates.
Right, exactly. Just
add
money.
Date.
Just
add
money.
Date.
Yeah. So no, it's been a challenge and it's been defeating. And some days you want to just say, I don't need a relationship. I have wonderful children.
Yes.
I have wonderful work.
Yes.
I'm very satisfied in my life.
Yep.
But then there are other days that you just want to like sit on the couch and binge watch Netflix for 6 hours with someone that can get up and get you a drink when you don't want to get up. Like,
golly, is that all it is for?
That really, I feel like in my marriage, when I first got married, I had that twinkle in my eye. This is going to be wonderful. And then, life hit, kids hit. And then this is where I'm at. So yeah, it's hard. I've met a couple of people actually in real life, which I think that's almost non-existent
It's not
anymore,
normal anymore because everyone's either spoken for or speaking for to other people. So both of you, Aubrey, you are busy and you're holding the guilt of the balance. Is it okay just to date? Because there's a double standard now, right? Is it okay just to date? Is it okay just to date?
I hope so. Like I do not want to, like Aubrey said, I don't want to walk down the aisle right now. I just want to have fun with somebody. I don't want a one-night stand. Yeah,
that's right.
Just want to,
Well, and it's kind of hard. Going to sound snooty here for a little bit, but I'm not apologizing for it. But we're successful. We've got our poop in a group.
Yep.
We own our homes.
Yes.
We're financially free.
Yes.
And we have small kids that we're taking care of. So to find somebody that's a match that is
not clingy.
Can be a partner or pull you ahead and not be someone you're pulling along.
Yes.
That's tough.
Hard.
Oh, it
so
is.
Hard.
And I just think in general, right? Even in business, like when you get a business partner who's like that, you're like, who did I partner up with? But in your relationship, it's not, you're going to hurt someone's feelings. Someone's going to get their feelings hurt.
Somewhere along the line.
So I want to bring it now to where you're going to give advice to people like you in life, okay, and in general. I know it sounds crazy.
We made really big eyes at each other.
Right, I know they did. They're like, what?
Why would anyone want to hear
Because they need to connect with you. They need to say, someone is saying me too right now, and you don't realize that. Because when I'm listening to you talk, I can identify with like, okay, what they're saying is true, but I know there are people out there going, it's me too. So I'm going to ask you a question. Here's the question. Somebody wants to get started with, they want what you have. They're at where they're at, but they want what you have, right? They want the independence. They want the house. They want time, which you have. What are you going to tell that person? What are you going to tell that person who says, I want that too, Aubrey. I really want that.
I just started saying no in the sweetest way possible to everything.
Really?
Before I was yes to everything, and I was miserable. I was yes in my marriage to everything. I was yes at work to everything. Yes to the kids and no more. Man, it's so much better. It's so much better. I really like having my time to myself. And I'm not going to have that sense of guilt anymore. You
can't.
No.
If you want to be successful, a made-up mind is the most powerful thing. If you make up in your mind and you hold each other accountable and say, this is what I'm going to do and this is how it's going to be, the input is what you have to pay attention to. So Leslie.
I think that's very well said, especially it takes work. And I feel like we have a lot of people that we run into that want that but don't want to do the work for it. And it's not that it's not about the how. And I think that we touched on it earlier is that don't wait until it's perfect, just do it.
Right.
And it's part luck, it's part mindset change. I am going to do this. This is going to happen no matter what.
Right.
And then it's also like dip your toe in, figure it out. You're working right now 9 to 5. Start dipping your toe in a side hustle and something that you want to do and let that develop. And if that doesn't work, then start another side hustle. But to jump all in is scary. You have to have that fallback. I don't have that luxury to just jump in and say one day I quit my job. I have a family. I'm the sole provider now. So But that still does not stop me from having all sorts of ideas of what future Leslie is going to do.
Absolutely. You should
That
never
woman
stop
is
dreaming.
busy. Yeah.
Because you'll quit existing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Netflix is very tempting. I will
Oh
say,
my gosh,
but
trust me. You don't even have to push watch again. It
No,
just automatically goes. That's
pays.
it's so
Just
crazy.
watch Marie Kondo, and then you're like killing two birds, right? You're bettering yourself.
Oh my gosh.
I did that. I Marie Kondo'd the shit out of
Yeah,
my
it feels
closet.
good though, right? And then you,
Yeah.
and then you go to work for a little bit and drink a beer. It's an awesome day.
Yes, it's wonderful.
So let's land this airplane here and just parting shots, just final thoughts of what you want people to know about you and what's available to them in the world, and help them connect to their why maybe.
I am probably the happiest I've been in a long time, and it's just because I stopped putting up with a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. I can see it in you.
Yeah,
I
I feel better. I walk taller.
Yeah.
So I what I've found is that if I let people know more about my hot mess self,
Yes.
the more people connect with me,
Yes.
and we're just honest from the get-go, and then I can easily filter out the people that I don't want in
Embrace
my world
it.
anymore.
Authenticity.
Embrace it.
Yeah.
Authenticity. And that's honestly an expensive word, but it's a valuable word.
Well, in our industry too, a lot of it is what's face value, right? You know,
Right.
you want to create this image of success and what's happening, and maybe it's because I feel like I'm already there, I've already made it, that I don't feel like I have to pretend anymore, wear this pair of shoes, drive this kind of car.
Yes. Yes.
It's like high school with the checkbook sometimes in our business, but the more real you are with people, it's just you literally see people's shoulders like start to sink and relax.
Yes.
And like, okay, I don't have to be so fake with this person.
That's true, because being fake is very, very, it's a lot of work.
Yes.
Speak to that,
Yeah.
Leslie.
Well, it's hard because I think that Aubrey, I think you run into this, and I see it in a different capacity, but we have to be so on in our jobs in order to be successful, and that's what we do and what we're good at, that sometimes I feel that it's not as approachable, or people don't really get the true sense of who you are. So we're built in, kind of like I said, we're kind of in that middle ground where we still have to operate professionally as a business, but we're all still thinking the same thing. So where can we merge that together? So it's a lot more work to connect with people, because the connection lies in me wanting to connect with
Yes.
them and pulling that out of them. Because a lot of times it's not natural for people.
No,
it's
not.
difficult. Small talk is the absolute worst. I mean,
Well, you and
how
I
many
used to do
times-
small talk.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
I
We
know.
really
Let's not-
broke through that.
Right, we did.
We went
It took
deep.
about 30 minutes. Seriously, because
Yeah.
we didn't know who each other was.
Nope. We talked about the weather.
Yes.
Again. Like, how many times do you have to talk about the weather with every
cold.
single person you
It's
meet?
cold. It's
hey,
so-
Mary, how's it going? Oh, this weather. Yeah. The 17th time I've heard that today.
So would you ever podcast again?
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was totally
Was
fun.
it fun?
I was super nervous.
No,
Like
you guys.
20 minutes
Don't
ago,
know what to
but
do with my hands. I don't know.
smelling them. Yep.
I just want to say you two were amazing today. Thank you for being on the connection.
Thanks,
with
my
me
friend.
today.
Having us. I really
awesome.
appreciate you inviting and letting us kind of get a feel and see what
Yeah.
you do and
Letting
what
us-
this is all about.
Letting
This
us
is
blow
fun.
this up for you before it even begins. Yeah.
Bam,
In
let's
a bad
do
way.
it. Episode 2.
I
Thank
did
you for
not
lis-
brush my teeth either, so the next person on this microphone
Oh
is
my
going to
gosh.
be real surprised.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we can rub it with
We'll get
chewing
some little
gum.
alcohol. Yeah. I got some mint, and I'm sure there's a fuzzy cert at the bottom of my purse right now that we can rub all over this microphone.
Thanks for being on with me today, and I
Thanks,
appreciate it.
Jamie.
Thank you for listening to Connection with your host, Jay Miralles.